Hello, people. Hopefully it's multiple people watching this video. If not, well then, at least none will be the wiser. Except for me, I will be the wiser person. So this is the first video on this channel. I've wanted to do a movie reaction video channel for a while. And first I figured maybe I should do an introduction video. And then I thought if I were to put myself in other people's shoes, the multiple people that I was referring to earlier who are definitely watching this video, would I be interested in my own introduction video? Maybe, if my movie reaction video was interesting enough, then I might be intrigued. So who knows? I might do one after this video. It won't make chronological sense, but then again, what does in life? Hi guys. I think I took the no introduction thing a little too literally, and I forgot to tell you guys my name. It's Daljit. Hi, I'm Daljit. How you doing? All right, that was it. Back to the video. Okay, so onto the movie. I picked The Little Mermaid because I have a Disney Plus subscription, which I don't really use. So I thought, considering how expensive it is, might as well make use of it. Actually, I don't know why I said that. I get Disney Plus for free through my bank. But no, seriously, I love Disney, and I watched The Little Mermaid when I was really young. Also, I didn't watch it in English because my first language is Dutch, so I watched it in Dutch. So it'll kind of be like watching it for the first time, right? I do actually know the songs in English, but it has been a really long time, so I don't remember everything about this movie. Right, let's dig into The Little Mermaid, the movie, not the actual mermaid. That would probably be animal abuse. Maybe she's half animal, half human, so like Peter would get involved, and the UN, or Amnesty actually, because the UN doesn't get involved in anything. What happened to the classic introduction of Disney? I lived for that intro as a child. I used to watch so many Disney movies. I still have got so many VHS tapes. Once, actually, I looked up how much VHS tapes go for on eBay, and they were priced so expensive, like they're bloody vintage items. I mean, people used to still watch VHS tapes in the early 2000s, making me feel old for no reason. What is this dark and gloomy weather? If I wanted to see dark and gloomy weather, I'd just look outside the window, I'm living in the UK. This movie came out before I was born, as did many movies. So, moral of the story is I am older than some people and younger than some movies. Oh, I'm so excited. The animation on this is actually amazing. It actually looks like we're in water, the way it's sort of the perspective and the waves. If you see me singing along to some of the songs later, don't mind me. The Kingdom. How do the mer people reproduce? Is it like fish? How do fish reproduce? Also, what do they eat? Because they've got fish in their kingdom, so they clearly can't eat fish. That would be like eating a pet. Do they just eat seaweed? I have so many questions. What is Sebastian's job? Is he just the maestro of the kingdom? So these are all King Triton's daughters. Why don't they look like each other? She's not there. There she is. The Little Mermaid.
It looks debonair. Yeah. And I think I may be coming caught.
I feel like this is one of my biggest fears, which is completely irrational, but like getting stuck at the bottom of the ocean or having the vast ocean underneath me, not knowing what's lurking out there. I'm with Flounder on this one. Flounder is like that is the character that's always scared in the horror movies that will probably get killed off.
Yeah, sure.
First. He's like, don't go in the basement, don't go in the basement. And then he gets killed because the killer is right behind him.
Flounder, will you relax? Nothing is going to happen.
And there we go. Is this shark just not as intelligent as the other sea creatures in the ocean? Because Ariel is the king's daughter, so does the shark just not know that he will probably get executed if he kills Ariel? Jaws, the Disney version. How stupid are you, shark?
Big boy.
Big bully? He was gonna eat you. Ah, the seagull. Why don't you guys steal somebody's chips off the beach? He looks like he's drunk.
It's a dingle hopper.
What does he think a comb is for? To eat your food with? This girl doesn't know her responsibilities.
To go feast when I lived in the palace.
Ah, don't eat that. Is that like cannibalism?
Sit away to practically nothing. Banished.
Can you imagine if she wasn't exiled? She would literally just go around the kingdom intimidating and bullying everybody. Plus, why is her skin purple? Is it because she's like half octopus, so like the ink is absorbed in her skin?
She may be the key to Triton's undoing.
Do we know why she was exiled? Like, did she used to bully mermen? She does seem the type. The kingdom probably has a no bullying tolerance.
There's shark chases. Yeah.
Do fish have tongue?
We tried it, but we couldn't.
Zzz.
Seagull? What? Oh! And
Classic
I am
teenager.
Never to hear of you going to the surface again. Is that clear?
You know, you're getting old when you start agreeing with the Disney parents.
Why, if Ariel was my daughter...
If Ariel was your daughter, that would be weird, because she's a mermaid,
Your absolute
and you're a
best,
crab.
I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. Who cares? No big deal.
It really isn't.
I want more.
You're already the daughter of a king. You need to calm down.
That they don't reprimand their daughters.
Yeah, right. She's gonna be in for some disappointment. Why does that sound sexual? Tough being a 16-year-old. Mermaids must have really great hair all the time because they don't need to wash it and it's always in the water and it's always flowing. And so it beginneth. Something smells fishy.
Hey, come on, Mutt. What you doing? I'm good boy.
The catalyst of the story.
I've never seen a human this.
You know, there used to be a time when I had a massive crush on Prince Eric, but that was only for lack of better options. Now that I've grown up, I just think, what is your personality trait? You're kind. So was the prince in Snow White. He might as well have been a cardboard cutout. I think Disney did progressively get a lot better with their male leads. You know, in Snow White, the prince had no personality and he barely had any facial features. And then in Cinderella, the prince had more facial expressions. He could smile a little bit more. In Sleeping Beauty, you actually saw him talk a little bit more. So yeah, in comparison, Prince Eric isn't that bad. I guess Aladdin was an option. You know, he had much more of an interesting personality, but he was just a little bit too lippy. You know, and he was also a little bit selfish. He lied to Princess Jasmine. He almost didn't free the genie. He did in the end, but, you know, still, he was considering not to. Plus, it just seems like he'd be a little bit on the short side, so it wouldn't have worked out between us anyway.
Son of a jackal. Beanpole, you shouldn't have.
I know.
It's really something.
Had hoped it would be a wedding present.
A wedding present? Imagine being gifted a statue of yourself at your wedding. How self-involved would you seem to the bride?
Girl.
Oh, she's out there somewhere. I just haven't found her yet.
She's underneath you.
Oh, believe me, Grim, when I find her, like lightning.
Jinxed it. I was just thinking, like, mermaids don't have this problem that they can't stay above water for long because Ariel doesn't have gills. She can breathe above water. It's just the bottom half that needs to stay in the water.
Max!
See, that is a stand-up quality, actually. I'd completely forgotten that he'd saved the dog. The dog's like, I'm out of here. She's gone to shore. Your father's gonna kill you.
I can't make out a heartbeat.
He's breathing.
That should have been your first clue, that this seagull knows nothing.
What would I give to live where I
Stop. Stop singing for this stranger that you know nothing about. That is the appropriate reaction. Because what you are doing, Ariel, is inappropriate. Imagine waking up from a freaking storm and then you have this random stranger singing above you. I would be screaming at the top of my lungs. Then again, Eric is a man.
know when,
Stop.
know how.
No. Like, fair enough, you have a crush. It's not reasonable at all that you just start singing for your crush. Go back in the water.
Oh, no.
Fool.
King Triton's headstrong, lovesick girl would make a charming addition to my little garden.
Oh my god. Her situation kind of reminds me of Scar's, you know, where Scar was also exiled. He also wants revenge on the king. But where Scar has a posse of hyenas, Ursula has this green worm puppet show, plus the eels, actually. So the Lion King is kind of like the Little Mermaid on land, except Scar actually kills the king, and Simba doesn't want to become a human being. So it's nothing like the Little Mermaid, actually. See, they look nothing like each other. Do they all have the same mother? Was King Triton a player?
Isn't it obvious, Daddy? Ariel's in love. He loves me. I knew it.
Talking crazy.
I gotta see
Yeah, stop talking crazy. I agree with the crab for once. I'll give the movie one thing. They actually depict Ariel as a very believable 16-year-old.
In somebody else's league.
This reminds me of the After Ever After song by John Cozart. It was all the rage on YouTube some 10, 12 years ago.
An urgent message from the Sea King.
The Sea King? You mean King Triton? The only king there is?
What about humans?
Oh, wow.
It's a surprise.
Aw, Flounder is such a good best friend.
Like him. It even has his eyes.
The dead, empty eyes, you mean? Dun, dun, dun.
Know him? I don't have to know him.
Am I the only one who thinks King Triton is kind of sexy? Like, he's definitely more attractive than Prince Eric, right? Look at his sculpted figure. Look at the sculpted lines that the animators have drawn. No, I mean, seriously, like, look at his beard. It's freaking majestic. Even his eyebrows are so freaking fierce. He's got a crown. He's got a magic trident. What has Prince Eric got? He's got a shaggy dog. I mean, you know, I'm a dog person, but that's not a good enough reason to be with a guy.
They're all the same, capable of any feeling.
Daddy, I love him.
What do you mean you love him? You don't know him. You've literally never had a conversation with this guy. You don't know what he's like as a person. You've literally just seen him from afar and just developed feelings for him. It's like the opposite of Love is Blind, where you don't get to see each other's faces and fall in love with each other's personalities, which majority of the time doesn't really work out in the end anyways. And this is like the opposite, where you don't get to know his personality and you fall in love with his face. This is not going to work out. I'm calling it now.
He's a human. Be it.
Look at the power this man has. Oh, see, he feels bad. He's good at heart. He's just being protective over you.
Serious problem.
Their voices are quite disturbing.
But there is something.
Oh, no, she's a demon. She's a monster.
Why don't you go tell
She's
my
a
father?
sea witch.
Come on.
No, this is the point where you should have gotten King Triton. How do you build a den like that? Do you not know? Just look at the den that you're swimming into. There is no way that this is going to end well. Oh, look at these green worms.
Question your upbringing.
I gotta admit,
No.
Ursula does have
You're
swag.
here because you
The
have
way she
a
sways her
feeling
hips.
for this human.
You know, Ursula is probably better killing off this green worm puppet show that she's collected. I mean, just think about it for a second. She's obviously been exiled a while ago, which is why she's managed to collect so many mermaids and mermen. What is she doing with them? She hasn't used them as collateral. She hasn't used them as leverage as part of her plan. What was she just going to do if she hadn't come across Ariel? Was she just going to turn all of these mermaids and mermen into worms one by one? I'd actually really respect that. That would be next level pettiness. But I'm assuming they need some level of upkeep. They're not just surviving on ocean water, so she's got to feed them. And then imagine you're coming back home from a day out doing whatever it is that a sea witch does, you know, torturing little sea creatures. And you come home and then this is the sight that you get to see when you come home. How bloody depressing. No, just kill them. Just get rid of them. They're obviously... Oh my god, this one's got a beard. Yeah, just kill them. Just kill them off.
to turn to.
I sense an evil song coming up.
Eyes in pain,
In need.
the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunates.
So she gives mermaid and mermen makeovers with magic, like magic plastic surgeries.
Yes, I've had the odd complaint.
Customer service feedback is not good.
3 days.
Why 3
Now
days?
listen, the day.
Can she ask for more?
You've got to get the kiss of true love.
You don't achieve true love in 3 days.
You belong to me.
Well, at least she set the terms and conditions out clearly.
I'll never be with my father or sisters again.
Yeah, are you really willing to sacrifice your entire life, your family and your friends, to be with a guy that you've known, that you don't even know?
Is your voice. And don't underestimate the importance of body language. Ha! They think a girl who gossips is a fool.
Well, with no voice, you'll fit right in then.
Not all that impressed with conversation. True gentlemen avoid it when they can.
Just explain sexism in a Disney song
Stop and take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll.
for all eternity. Wait, he remembers that song after listening to it in a half-conscious state? That's impressive. I can't remember a song after I've listened to it 10 times.
That voice. I can't get it out of my head.
Just can't get you out of my head. Wow, you finally got your legs. And a vagina. Wait until you get your first period, girl. You're gonna want to be back in the water so soon. Like, I have to use a tampon? A pad? Fuck Prince Eric. I'll just be a mermaid again.
Look at her! On legs! On human legs!
As opposed
My
to
nerves are
crab
shot.
legs.
Just me. Just me.
Oh, look at that face. Well, at least Sebastian's turning around, becoming a bit more understanding. I smell something fishy. What does this guy do all day? He's a prince, and so far we've seen him on a ship and walking around the beach with a trumpet. He doesn't seem like the most responsible prince, at the very least. Ariel, you sure you want to be with this guy?
I knew it. You're the one. The one I've been looking for. What's your name?
Oh my god, he's just the same as her.
You can't speak? Then you couldn't be who I thought. Gee, you must have really been through.
Stop from a ship.
Does she understand the concept of washing? I mean, she's lived her entire life in the water, and now she's like, why are you putting me in water? Is Ariel gonna have to be surrounded by people who eat her friends? Or she's either gonna have to turn the entire kingdom vegetarian, or that is just another reason why it's not gonna work out.
And I'm gonna marry you.
Oh my god. He's just as bad as her.
It is rather fine. So what is her game plan?
But your eyes like
Well, at least Sebastian's thinking about a plan. So you don't get turned into a green worm. Oh, he has no idea where his daughter is.
Any sign of them?
Searched everywhere. We've found no.
He searched the entire ocean.
Sebastian.
This prince is just free to do whatever he wants. Which is great, but also kind of irresponsible, you know? He's just doing nothing all day long. I like that at least Ariel isn't nervous around her crush. She's just having a good time.
Any kissing?
No, not yet.
Even if he kisses her now, that's not going to count because it's not going to be true love's kiss.
Wow. Somebody should find that poor animal and put it out of its misery.
You want something done, you've got to do it yourself. First, we got to create the mood.
Kiss the girl. You wanna kiss the girl.
Kiss her. Kiss her.
Oh man.
I'll see him wriggle like a worm on a hook.
What is it with her and worms?
Far better than any dream girl is one of flesh and blood.
He's still hung up on Ariel, but he doesn't know it's Ariel. But then he also likes Ariel, but he doesn't know that Ariel is Ariel. Oh, there we go. He's getting hypnotized.
Buzzing about the prince getting himself hitched this afternoon.
Don't you think he would have told you
Sidewalk.
if it was you? Me when I have to answer the door to the delivery driver. Mwahahaha. Mwahahaha. Why didn't you just get on the ship and sabotage the wedding? You know you're gonna get turned into a worm, right? I can't even speak. You're gonna get turned into a voiceless worm. Nobody else on the ship can hear this?
Ultimate design. Soon I'll
Oh,
have that.
I was flying. Of course I was flying. The watch. The witch was watching a mirror.
The watch.
And she was singing with a stolen set of pipes.
The stolen set of pipes.
Prince is
Oh, that's
marrying
got to be the
three
best joke in the
witches
movie.
in the-
I'll try.
I gotta get to the Sea King.
It's a lot of pressure to put on a little fish. I like that they added the urgency here. You know, there was a 3-day time limit, so unless she gets there, her plan's gonna get ruined.
The one.
Eric, get away from her.
I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, there's no time for explaining. Oh my god. Imagine you fall in love with this girl and all of a sudden she drops to the floor and she gets a fishtail. How the hell do you respond to that? Oh my god. How the hell do you respond to that?
Why, King Triton?
Yeah, good going, Sebastian, but you could have done that like 2 days ago.
Let her go.
Daddy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to. Yes, you meant to. You went in there by choice. Sebastian tried to stop you and you were like, you should have thought about ratting me out before.
Even better.
No, don't do it.
I'm not gonna lose her again.
He's very quickly accommodated to the fact that she is a mermaid. Did he even know mermaids existed? I don't think so.
Tractor, no! Why, you little fool.
Well, I mean, technically, she didn't do anything wrong. She's going by the law of her contract. Yeah. Babies.
My poor little poopsie.
Were you that close to them? This guy didn't survive. He wouldn't have survived the storm at the beginning of the movie if it wasn't for Ariel. And now he's able to fight against a sea witch. How did that manage to perforate her? She's defeated, that's it. So now you've just got a giant sea witch at the bottom of the ocean. Oh well. Bye bye puppet show. King Triton back to his majestic former self. Is King Triton related to Poseidon? Like, is it part of Greek myth? Not that I know a lot of Greek myth. I know Icarus, who had the wax wings that melted in front of the sun, which was, you know, quite an advanced innovation for the time. I know Oedipus, which is the one with the weird mother-son relationship. I've got a couple of Madeline Miller books behind me, which I haven't read.
Children got to be free to lead their own lives. You always say that?
This just doesn't make any sense. She's literally known him for a handful of days. And she's willing to give up her entire family for this guy. It's not going to work out. Well, at least Dad gave her a dress. I hear divorce bells.
I love you, Daddy.
Love you too, King Triton. Alright, that was fun. I haven't seen a Disney movie in such a long time, so this was really good fun. You know, there were some elements in there that I didn't quite agree with as a grown-up that completely went over my head as a kid. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. subscribe and watch out for the next one. All right, bye.